out of 10 cats. He's coming home, David Baddiel. From The Apprentice, Ruth Badger. And their captain, John Locke. And facing them tonight, sweet Swede, Ulrika Johnson. Naughty but nice, it's Alan Carr. And their captain, Dave Spikey. Now, here's your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, researchers say 65% of men are happy to have sex on a first date? Happy? We're high-fiving strangers on the night bus. The richest man in the world, the Sultan of Brunei, has 257 lavatories in his personal palace. Must be all that foreign food. And the scent of a human footprint is so strong that even humans can follow it. Although, to be fair, they can see it. It's a footprint. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Sean, David, Ruth Badger, what have the nation been talking about this week?
I think they've partly been talking about Big Brother, which has just been on, hasn't it? One thing that I think is interesting about this year's Big Brother is they have got that bloke on who's got Tourette syndrome. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens at that bit where Davina says, "You're live on Channel 4, please do not swear." Because he's going to explode, isn't he?
I did watch a little bit of it, and they seem, I don't know if I'm wrong, I may be wrong, but they seem incredibly thick.
Yeah.
They say, I mean, it's like they could have gone to Argos with a net and just thrown it over 12 people, called it in. And they actually go through a selection process, don't they?
What is the selection process? It's just someone saying, "Are you stupid?" No, are you really stupid?
I think it's either, have you got tits, or do you like tits?
Yeah.
You're in.
That woman, she called Lee, who spent £35,000 on her breasts. 30mm breasts. Look, have you seen them? They're grotesque. It looks like she's done it in loose change. That's another... No, there's another £5 in here.
There is this Kit Kat thing going on at the moment, isn't there? Have you seen
Kit
that?
Kat,
Yeah. If you eat a Kit Kat, there's a golden ticket and you have to go into the Big Brother house.
Oh, Gordon Brown keeps taking them in for Tony. I've got another Kit Kat. What have a Kit Kat? Can you get sympathetic to your ex? Because I think I've cut it off watching Big Brother.
What's
Yeah.
sympathetic?
Sympathetic, you know, you put it on and within a minute you're going, "Wankers!"
Right, should we have a look and see whether Big Brother is one of the top 5
Yes,
most talked about
let's
things
do
this
that.
week? Yes, it is. Yes, 57% of you have been talking about the return of Big Brother. One of the housemates, Imogen, is a former Miss Wales. She won it by wearing a sheepskin coat and shitting down her legs. Right, moving on. Dave, Alan, Ulrika, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, they've released that thing that Nottingham is the most dangerous place to live in England. Well, they think it was Nottingham. There was someone being mugged in front of the sign. But it's just ridiculous because they said, like, Nottingham's the most for gun crime, and if you live in Leicester, you're more likely to get sexually assaulted. Now, I've seen the people of Leicester, and if I got sexually assaulted, I probably would move to Nottingham and hope to get shot. Southend. I don't know if anyone's been to Southend, but that's the safest, isn't it? And I think that's Essex. I'm thinking that's full of criminals. So obviously these criminals are commuting, aren't they? To Nottingham, bang, bang, then coming back to Southend. And then when the police come along, it's like that scene from Bugsy Malone, where all the tables turn over. Hey, what crime? You know what I mean?
Alan, I can tell you that's not in our top 5. This is the story that a new study has shown Nottingham to be the most crime-ridden place in the country. You know what Nottingham needs? A sheriff. OK, Sean, David and Ruth, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Well, there's a big debate about whether the NHS should fund alternative therapies. Crystals and healing massages, or sort of, I don't know what they do. I don't know what that is. But,
Reflexology.
Reflexology and stuff like that.
Somebody's got the choice of having something that may make you better or is going to completely cure you. Which one would you choose?
Well, I think the thing is, if it's alternative therapy and they do it for you, you should be allowed to pay them with alternative money. Buttons.
Yeah. All I know is if I'm in an accident, I want to hear a siren, not wind chimes. mental hospital, not a bleeding wigwam.
I mean, a lot of it is rubbish. Look at that aromatherapy. It is rubbish. When you smell something, it makes you feel better. Now, my brother does that, but he does it with glue.
Reflexology's a load of rubbish. I'm not sort of
No,
understood
it's
about.
great.
Well,
I got pregnant through reflexology.
Oh, that wasn't reflexology.
That guy should be struck off.
When I was growing up, I mean, it was all alternative therapy in our house, basically. I'm of that age, though, You go to your mum and say, I don't feel very well. She said, I know what you want. You want putting in a bag and shaking up. But it was, wasn't it? Laughter was the best medicine, my dad always used to say to me, which is why when I was 6 I nearly died with diphtheria. I can't breathe. Knock, knock. Oh, fuck's sake. Who's there? Done a poo. Can I have some antibiotics? No,
Dave, have you brought up in a cartoon?
Right, well, let's have a look and see whether alternative medicine is one of the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is. OK, Dave's team, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Beckham's party.
Yeah.
Probably. He was going to have a fly past. This was the interesting thing, wasn't it? He was going to have like a Spitfire and a Hurricane and a Lancaster bomber fly over the party, and then they withdrew that, said a bit insensitive before the World Cup and all that business. But I'm thinking that's a missed opportunity, that, isn't it? But a tent with David Blaine in it, Gordon Ramsay, P. Diddy, the Osbournes, a bomber going over, just one bomb, one phone call, that's all it is.
That's nice. She was excited, though, about the planes coming over, because she was hoping one would have a food parcel along. They
had this auction, didn't they? Dubai apartments, diamond-encrusted watches, all that. But no meat raffle. Proper party, that, is it? Wayne Rooney bid £150,000, didn't he?
Yeah,
for a weekend with P. Diddy.
In P. Diddy's apartment?
Yeah, I said, he's here. Is he? If you just go and have a chat with him at the buffet. He's getting all the bucks.
I thought Puff Daddy must have, when he actually saw Wayne Rooney, I thought, God, imagine him crashing round my house for 2 days, knocking vases over. I'm going to have Shrek in my house. Bashing open doors, not lifting the lid. Where's the beans? Opening all his cupboard.
Rumour is that Wayne Rooney's injury is progressing incredibly well, but people forget, he is like 90% monkey. They forget.
I'll tell you what I found interesting. Posh and Bex have thrown this party for the World Cup, and there you've got our hopeful dancing, and everybody's going, no, because he's the hope to go and win the World Cup.
And it was the Okie Kokie as well.
Yeah.
He kept it in for the left leg bit.
But the thing is that you say that, but apparently, he's been in this oxygen tent, but he doesn't like it because it leaves him feeling very kind of clear-headed and lucid, and so he doesn't like that.
Thing is, all tents are full of oxygen, aren't they?
All tents, yeah.
If I go camping, I don't go in a hermetically sealed vacuum.
No.
I leave the flaps open, let a bit of air in.
Yeah, that's all it was. He just went on a camping holiday.
Well, let's have a look and see whether the Beckham's World Cup party is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, it was. Yes, 47% of you have been talking about the Beckham star-studded World Cup party. Wayne Rooney was seen dancing despite breaking his 4th metatarsal. If you're watching, Wayne, the 4th metatarsal is the one next to the toe that didn't have any roast beef. OK, 2 more to get. Fingers on buzzers.
It's got to be the Home Office thing, hasn't it?
I mean, there's been so many things going wrong, hasn't there? And, the Home Secretary's never, they're not admitting it's their problem. They keep blaming the Home Secretary before them, going, well, that's what happens when you let David Blunkett do the filing.
To talk about, Immigration Minister said he didn't know how many illegal immigrants are in the country. Yes, she said, I haven't got a clue. You think, well, obviously, because they're illegal.
Yeah. No one knows.
How are you going to find out? You can just go into a room and go, would all the illegal immigrants stand over there? Right, there's none in here, Sarge.
OK, let's have a look and see if the series of Home Office blunders are one of the top 5 talking points this week.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Yes, the number 1 talking point this week has been a series of Home Office blunders. The new Home Secretary, John Reid, has launched a 5-week knife amnesty. My advice is don't hand it in like this. OK, 1 more to guess. Fingers on buzzers.
We sort of think it might be the Eurovision Song Contest. Because it's not really political now, it just means nothing, does it? They just vote for each other, don't they? Did you see the band that won?
I've got a still of Lordy.
You see underneath their masks? It's the Nolans.
I wasn't even watching Eurovision. I was channel hopping and I clicked on it and I thought Leah's family from Big Brother had got a karaoke machine.
The thing that Dave said about the political thing, Terry Wogan was going on about that. He's saying the Balkan states all vote for each other and it's all political
It does
now.
every year.
Yeah, but I don't understand that. Are you really saying, right, that if Serbia are about to invade Croatia again and their armies amassed on the borders, someone's going to go, no, hold on a minute, they gave Boo Bang a Bing Bong 12 points. Come on, lay down your arms.
Then they're going on, oh, we gave Turkey 2 points, but they gave us bird flu, so do you know what I mean? It's like...
Those guys, everyone's saying that they wear masks and they'll be very... Because a lot of people have worn masks and got very successful, like Kiss and Slipknot and Mick Hucknall.
Yeah.
He had a fat suit as well, so it worked for him. But I thought maybe they didn't wear masks, they're finished. Maybe they left the sauna on full.
Let's have a look and see whether the Eurovision Song Contest was up there. Yes, it was. The Eurovision Song Contest reaches a potential audience of 1 billion people, but an actual audience of 28 gay guys, all dressed as different countries. It's fabulous. Well, at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sean, David and Ruth have 2 points. Dave, Ulrika and Alan have 3 points. The next round is called the Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information. So it's up to the panellists to fill in the gaps. Here's your first question. 72% of women base everyday decisions on what?
Alcohol. Always. It works for me.
And you've made some great decisions.
Yes.
70% of women base everyday decisions on whatever pops in their pretty little heads.
Come on, Ruth, how do you base your decisions?
The mood of the day.
Was you in a mood when you came up with that murder mystery theme? Because that was shit.
It's something that ladies do while they sleep.
Dreams.
Yes, 72% of women base everyday decisions on their dreams. OK, here's your next one. 90% of Brits say the high street is overrun by what?
Is it those people, like, you're walking along, you feel really good? Excuse me, have you had an accident? And you're like, no, I always look like this. And,
Is it old people? Market day in Charlotte's like Cocoon. It's thousands of them. Why do they give them a heating allowance? They're never in.
is it dog shit and Cafe Nero's?
Starbucks.
It's retail related.
Is it boots?
I love boots.
I always say like, boots! I like to say that. I say, oh, boot, well, I say, you write it that big. I'll say it that big. I say, is this boots? I say, look, you upset the customers. You know what I mean? Make it smaller, I'll say it smaller. Come on.
Chain stores.
Correct. OK, 75% of duck hunters say duck hunting is what?
Something they have to say very carefully.
It's dogging with a gun. Well, you think about it, you're foraging around in the bush and then the police are there. What do you say? I was hunting ducks.
It's very easy to hunt ducks in this country because if you think most of them are fed on bread, aren't they? So they're all heavily constipated. There's a duck in my local park, honestly, he's like a space hopper. He's just a bit of beak, like that, and he's just more, he's going, He can't get over to Duck Island. Do you know where they live? In the middle of the pond, they live on Duck Island.
Is that what it's called?
Lives on Duck Island.
All the ducks.
In a fairy tale?
No, every park has got a pond, doesn't it? And there's an island in the middle of it where all the ducks live, and the humans aren't allowed there. We handed it over to the ducks in about 1826. And the ducks have all their own laws, they can hang ducks there and everything they want. You ever had a real good look in the Duck Island? It's disgusting what goes on there.
They're like animals.
Yeah. But a lot of ducks are heavily constipated.
That's not exactly what I have on the card.
Oh, really?
It's about how the ducks might feel.
Oh, it's painless. It's not cruel.
I'm going to give you that. That is near enough, yes. Yes, 75% of duck hunters say duck hunting is not stressful for ducks. I don't know how duck hunters sleep at night. Oh, hang on, I do. On lovely downy pillows. So at the end of that round, I can tell you it's 5 points for Sean's team and 5 points for Dave's team. Join me after the break and we'll find out who laughs more, men or women.
Objection!
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Use your voice to object in court.
I got a man to stick.
On colour cosmetics and fragrance in the Summer Goddess weekend, now on at Boots.
If you want to get inside the minds of the housemates, there's a new show for you.
Welcome to Big Brother's Big Brain, Big Brother's new live psychology show.
The group is forcing a family.
She's not joining in. This is interesting, because this is the stuff we're paying you for.
Big Brother's Big Brain, Monday, 11:05 on 4.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Use your voice to object.
Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. The next round is called Believe It or Not. In this round, I'll give the panellists a simple statement, and all they have to do is decide whether they think it's true or false. Sean, David and Ruth, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
You can also do a laughing yoga, laughing exercise for the heart and mind. What you can do, just laugh. Very easy. Don't feel shy. I am relaxed. I'm happy, I am relaxed. I'm happy, I am relaxed.
That was Guru Yogi Ramesh and his own unique brand of yoga. Here's your related statistic. The average woman laughs 100 times a day. The average man laughs only 50 times a day. What do you think? Is that true or false?
I think the average woman is laughing maybe twice as much since the latest divorce settlement laws, yes. I think that could be quite true.
Let's hope so, because I'm going through a divorce.
You're going through a divorce?
I am.
Has he got lots of money?
No.
Are you laughing more since you got divorced or less?
Yeah, I'm laughing.
You're happy?
Twice as much.
Who's got more money?
What's
Him or you?
Hang
no,
on.
well, I'm going through one too.
Calm down.
Are you having one as well?
Mine's nearly through.
Which one's that with?
Oh, you two just go.
Turned to a really catchy loose women. So well.
Ruth, can I tell you a real thing that they missed out on this poll programme? It's a real poll. It was in the UK Jewish News, right? And I was voted the 6th most sexy Jew in the world, right? Number 5 was Alan fucking Sugar. A man who looks like a crumpled tea bag.
OK, Ruth, if you had to choose between Alan Sugar and David Baddiel, who would you go with?
Alan Sugar.
You're fucking fired.
The average woman laughs 100 times a day. How do you measure a laugh? 100 times a day, it's a lot, isn't it?
Could be one laugh.
What is one laugh? Is that her? Is that a laugh? Or if I go, ha, 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 ha,
Yeah.
ha. Does that count as 1 or 7? You can do quite a deep laugh, can't you, Alan?
Yeah.
That's what he uses in dark clubs. That's the voice.
Oh, my God, it's you! Oh, no. What do you think? True or false?
I'd say that's true.
I think it's not true. Ruth thinks it's true, so Sean, you've got the casting vote.
False, it's false. Absolute bull. It's not just false,
All
it's
the dash.
poppycock.
Yeah.
It's absolute Tommy rot.
You're absolutely right, it is false.
Done and dusted.
Yes, it is false. Women laugh 55 times a day. Men have a baser sense of humour, so they laugh more, on average 69 times a day. 69.
Nice.
David, Ulrika and Alan, let's have a look at a clip to illustrate your statistic.
Polish a floor and put a rug on it. You might as well set a man trap.
I'll put the kettle on.
And to think he'd only just come from the hospital.
A public information film there highlighting the dangers of cleaning your house. Here's your related statistic. Every year, more people injure themselves with vegetables than with chainsaws.
If you go to one of these parties that have vegetable-based party games, Halloween, mate of mine, third-degree burns to his face bobbing for chips. You see with a little wire basket of Ben, he'd been down as far as the basket. Come on, Billy! Ah! Chip! Who are you? Who are you? Can't tell. Too many blisters, mate. No idea.
I mean, chainsaws, they are quite... aren't they? You can imagine people injuring themselves. They're quite menacing. Like, you wouldn't get Eminem coming on stage, would you, with a marrow? I hate me wife, the bitch. Mofo, you know.
Looks like he's really here.
Yeah. I don't know, what do you reckon?
If you're stupid enough to injure yourself with a vegetable, the chances are they're not going to trust you with a chainsaw, anyway.
This is definitely true. This is definitely
true. Yeah, for the very reasons.
I'll put a whole pound on it. Courgettes on it.
I'd say it's true.
You'd say it's true.
You're not asking them. You're
I know.
asking
I'm just
us.
checking in with Badger. Dave, go on.
Definitely true. It's got to be true.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is true. Yes. Yes, every year, 14,000 Brits injure themselves with vegetables compared to just 1,200 who injure themselves with chainsaws. So at the end of that round, I can tell you that it's 6 points for Sean's team and 6 points for Dave's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Top thing men look for in a pub.
I think the top thing I look for in a pub is a door. Always want to first see, how do I get in? And then I would like a fine selection of organic wines and world music on the jukebox.
Stop it, you. Ruth, what do you look for in a pub?
Normally the bar.
It is drink-related.
A good selection of lagers, beers.
Oh, doubles offer. Two
Happy
doubles.
hour,
Two doubles for a pound.
Happy hour is the right answer. Ruth is going again.
Yes! Come on! Some price in a beer, that's the same.
Yes, the top thing men look for in a pub is happy hour. Most unlucky thing that can happen to you.
Is it leaving war-torn Basra, having sex with a minging immigration officer, then being rehomed in Nottingham?
That is significantly worse than what I've got down here, but this is... You've got to remember this is a survey by Direct Line.
The unluckiest thing I've ever heard it happen to anybody. Do you ever hear this story about... This is true story. Fabio, the male model. You ever heard of Fabio? He was his male model, lived in Hollywood, and he had loads of, he was on loads of posters in the 80s, thick hair. He was on... This is a true story. He was on a roller coaster in Disney World, and he was hit in the face with a goose. A goose. He was going on his roller coaster. He's one of the best-looking men in the world, and a goose hit him in the face and ruined his career. Smashed all his face to smithereens.
That was unlucky for him. What about the goose?
The goose got in the papers. Most geese don't get in the papers.
On a similar note, very completely true story. Aristotle, the great thinker, he died, Aristotle, when a hawk or an eagle was carrying a tortoise that he had, taken from the ground for food. It dropped the tortoise. It fell 10,000 feet and hit Aristotle on the head, which means that one of the most cleverest men in the world, in that flash of insight just before he died, thought, I've just been hit on the head by a fucking tortoise. That was his last thought, a great man.
Yeah. Probably thought, tortoises are heavy. Let's write that down.
Oh. It's to do with kind of homes and, something that might happen in your home.
Is it your house being flooded?
Oh, plumber
It's to do with flooding, but something else as well.
You've just decorated, you've just painted, you've just put a
That's the
carpet
right
down.
answer. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, according to this survey from Direct Line, the most unlucky thing that can happen to you is your house flooding after you've decorated it, unless you've decorated it in the style of a fantasy mermaid kingdom, in which case it's the icing on the cake. Well, that noise tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the game, which means the final scores are Sean, David and Ruth have 6 points, but Dave, Ulrika and Alan have 9 points. They're the winners. Thanks to our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night. See you next week.
Later tonight, number 147 on the list needs sorting. Thank God my name isn't Earl. 10:30.